How the fuck are we gonna review a Primus album? I've always been meaning to take a deep dive into their discography. I just never got around to it until now. In the past, I had created this image of Primus just based off of what I knew. Anyone who's heard of the bass guitar has obviously heard of Les Claypool. They're fellow Russians, so we have to support our fellow Russians. And with such an epic name like Primus, I was expecting some of the heaviest, most intricate and complex heavy metal with rock solid song structure at every second. And that's not exactly what we got here. Instead, we get what I heard someone perfectly kind of describe as a big orgy between Captain Beefheart and Rush. I can't really think of a better summary than that, actually. So I guess that's the show. Thanks for watching.
I've seen clips of Les playing, and he's phenomenal. One thing Primus does right, they take you on a ride. You can't even critique them in a bad way because it's just what they do.
We cannot just come in here and demand that a band like Primus conform to our methods. No. That's why we've made a special scale, the SIW scale of weird. There are going to be 5 categories. The weirder, the better. Lowest one, SIW show. Definitely weird, but not in a good way. Mostly just unsettling and unappealing. Yeah. Eminem's beard. No further explanation needed. The Red Hot Chili Peppers. Getting freaky. But Anthony Kiedis is still the vocalist. Andy Kaufman, a pioneer in the field of weird, legendary status. The highest tier of weird. Just Primus. It doesn't get much weirder than that. You're kind of pushing the Overton window too far. And we're gonna try to match that energy too. This is gonna get cringe. Without further bovine excrement, my name is Mud.
And my name is Mud.
My name is Mud. Les Claypool kicks off the ultimate first date soundtrack by out-drumming Tim Alexander.
When I sat down with this one to really just like come up with so many coherent things to say, I couldn't.
Seriously though, this is outstanding. Once you get past the initial violent reaction, you can appreciate how creative this song is, especially Les's contributions. You know, triplet notes are always not button for me. Well, he's defying the laws of physics, getting those notes out. He tells us a vivid story of a local crackhead whose real name is Abercrombie and Fitch or something. Even though the story is absolutely retarded, the way that Les wrote these lyrics, the character he develops, and the vocal delivery is so impressive. He must be great at acting as well. So I'm not sure why they got Christian Bale to do the video.
The bass tone is insane. Drums are just so solid. The guitar work fits, but like we were discussing before, it's enough sometimes to make Adam Jones a little jealous.
This is one of my favorite songs right now, and I don't know why. Maybe it's for the intense rhythm, vivid storytelling. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under you know the thing, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Or the overall creativity and experimentation. And not to be a normie, but this is my favorite song on the album. This is no less than Primus.
This one is very much Andy Kaufman. There's some weirder ones, yeah.
This is weird. This is dissonant. This is fucked up. Also, South Park reference. Tim is the real hero of this one, keeping the beat over the raw chaos the entire time. Gonna have to dock them points though, because there was that one part where it sounded like a coherent composition. Still weird as fuck though. This is the Chili Peppers.
I would have to agree with the Chili Peppers assessment.
Really touching of Les to write a song about Robin Williams as well.
It almost kind of had like that Tool intro, intense and wacky, but the tone almost sounded like kind of like a Justin Chancellor, but not in the Tool way where they're like, this is art.
That's why I love Primus, because they don't expect you to be like, this has some hidden meaning, and if you don't get it, you're a fucking animal, and fuck you, you have terrible taste. Tool is the best band in the world, and did you know they wrote Lateralis about the Fibonacci sequence? Like, I don't know what that is, but you don't either, so this is like mind-blowing, and you just don't understand the genius of Tool, you fucking swine.
Yeah, I concur.
Initially, I wasn't thinking too weird since it did have a structure, but Les's tear-jerking lyrics at the end put me over the edge. But seriously, Les's tone is amazing. This is the Chili Peppers as well.
Eminem's beard.
This is the part of the album where I started to realize these guys aren't just utter goofballs. They can actually put down some incredible lines and riffs and also be utter goofballs.
Yep.
Les pens a quite relatable tale of pain and suffering that really anyone can get behind, I think.
Especially with his intense bass tapping.
What's incredible about it and the song in general is that it walks this fine line between the wild dissonance that Primus is famous for, but also somehow so appealing too. Also, forgot to point out Les is part of the 6-string gang.
Yeah.
This is Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman.
A Again, it's not that this one is that weird. It's just good. He's killing it as always with the almost Eastern sitar sounding riff.
Yeah, and the distortion on the guitar I thought was really well done, and the second half is very explosive. I think I'm gonna give this one. I'm feeling Primus.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite Tim Alexander performance as well. Larry Lalonde adding in the jungle parrot noises is definitely weird. So that's some weird points right there. And the autism solo he adds in towards the back end is definitely autism.
Yeah.
Like I said though, it's not necessarily weird. It's just good. This is Andy Kaufman. This is the third song in a row Les Claypool wrote a legendary bass line. You can also tell that Joaquin Phoenix was coming in with the extra energy on this one during the verses, but switching nicely to ghost notes for the pre-chorus. Just in case you thought this might be a fully coherent song all the way through though, they add a nice layer of weirdo icing in that middle section, only to explode back into the main riff after giving Tim some coke and a snare. Yet another Andy Kaufman.
I think the arrangement is one of the more unique ones on this album. I really do have to give it Primus.
Wow, we're on fire here. This is a nice hot streak in this point of the album.
I would have to agree.
I miss the Wild Thornberries.
Wild Thornberries? What's that?
It was the cartoon from Nickelodeon. Flea was in that.
Oh, I know what you mean. I know what you're talking about then.
In Africa or something, yeah. It's like some ginger family in Africa or something like that.
Yeah. I think now would be a good time to discuss the Russian-Ukrainian conflict.
Did you even change your profile picture?
Oh shit! I should probably do that before I get executed.
You're a fucking scumbag.
I am.
Do you understand how many Ukrainians you killed?
Probably more than the Russians have.
Actually, that's kind of passé because we have to gun control now, so we can't worry about the Ukrainians anymore.
Yeah, that's no longer an issue.
Nem vagyunk idegenek a szemelemtől. Te ismered a szabályokat, és én is. A teljes elkötelezettségre gondolok. Ezt senki másról nem kapnád meg. Csak el akarom mondani, hogy mit érzek. Meg kell értened. Soha nem adlak fel, soha nem hagylak cserben, soha nem fogok körbefutni és elhagni. Soha nem fog sírni, soha nem fog búcsúzni, soha nem fog hazudni és bántani. Lophatsz a segedbe?
Oh, I know the last part.
So this is where they got the idea for Chris and Kevin's Amazing Odyssey.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, really fucked up and weird. Best part is probably the music video, which is even more fucked up and weird. Yeah, this is also Primus. This is most certainly a Primus song.
Primus.
Nagyon meleg van itt. Shout out to the mandolin shredding. After Tim passed the coke to Les, we get one of the best songs on the record. Like, seriously. From the ripping bass line from Les Claypool and how Larry keeps the freight ship noises going steady in the background for some nice unsettling ambience.
Yeah, Les clearly loses his mind. It's just full Primus mode. This is one of the more, like, yeah, I can listen to this song. Not that any of the other ones are bad, but it's like more digestible, I should say.
I don't know about you, but I loved when Larry said...
Yeah, that was probably one of my favorite parts of the whole album.
The bass is obviously the heart and soul of this track. It's so impressive, it keeps it pretty much listenable for the majority of the song. Not all of it, but for the majority of the song. This is Primus.
Andy Kaufman. Yeah, this one is Primus.
Overall, this is an album filled with cacophonous noise, chaos, vile sounds, and borderline non-music. It's incoherent, obnoxious, offensive, and absolutely beautiful. This is not an album or a band that you can come into and give a surface level listen. You really have to soak it in, but once you do, the vision of the band and the raw musicianship and talent is very evident.
They have stellar musicianship, but it's not overshadowed, but I would say it's used more in their goofy, fun arrangements and styles, and their lyrics are something that the government should probably monitor. It's also some of the funniest stuff I've heard, and it's really a journey, like I've said before. Can't say it's bad, you can't really say it's the worst thing you've ever heard in your life because it's Primus. I can see why some people like them. I personally may not ever go back to this album in my entire life because I would like to keep my sanity. It was fun to listen to, nonetheless.
I chose this specific Primus album because I wanted to discuss My Name is Mud, but there's so many other songs on here that are just absolute bangers. DMV, Diamondback Sturgeon, Nature Boy, etc. The thing is, Once you understand Primus, you also understand that there's not a single song on here that really falls short of the Primus mark. So I can confirm, this is most definitely a Primus album.
Yeah, Primus.
Alright. This video is gonna fucking suck.